We climbed up on top of one of the big pumice mountains, and we're staring out at this sea of crazy cars, and someone said to me, the turn was like, "This is the coolest car show on the planet." This one's actually got a key. All right, let's see if it starts up. Oh, come on. No. No, we're gonna have to jump it. Here we go. Gotta choke it. My name is Matt Small Holland Cox. So I've been doing the Gambler since year 2. This was the original small hauler, year 2. We brought on the second small hauler this past year, and we're in the market for a third one for next year. So I chose a Ford Courier as my first Gambler rig. Kind of fell into it sideways because this one was actually given to me for free. Fell in love with this little truck. It's a runner. I've had to do so little to it mechanically, and it just keeps running, man. We've done every year. So when I had a couple of buddies from back east, from Massachusetts and Philadelphia, that decided that they wanted to come out and do it, and was like, well, we have to just keep going and get another Courier, because this one's been so great, and start a whole team. So now we're a team, and we're working on having a fleet. So the inspiration for the paint job, originally I was thinking, Ford, what's an iconic Ford? So I was thinking Bigfoot, kind of same era Bigfoot. The original Bigfoot was that metallic blue with the red and yellow stripes, and said Bigfoot on the door and everything. But obviously this is no Bigfoot. So rather than the metallic blue, we went with a little lighter shade of blue and went with glitter instead of metal flake. And it just kind of became Bigfoot's little cousin. The best thing about off-roading a stock Ford Courier that's older than I am is it's how impractical it is, but still capable. I mean, we've been through, year 2 when we started, we went to every checkpoint minus 1, and that was just because we were running low on time and had a lunch stop and a swim stop that slowed us down a little bit. We did have brunch mid-rally. We knew we had no chance of winning anything. We just wanted to be out there for the adventure and to see everything. So we took our time and enjoyed it. All right, so best thing about the Gambler, people ask me that, and I think for me, the Gambler, me being a big fan of shows like Top Gear, where they take these rigs and they do these crazy adventures and stuff, and you look at something like that, and then that's something that's so inaccessible to the average person usually, but now it's accessible. We're doing it. We're taking these rigs, we're having a ball with a rig that we put next to nothing into, getting out there and having these great adventures, seeing, for me, seeing Oregon, but I know that it's it's worldwide now at this point. There is talk of an Australian one, by the way. But it's it's accessible, goofy, crazy fun, and it gets you out there into places you otherwise probably wouldn't go, doing things you otherwise probably wouldn't do. You meet great people, and there's also this whole part of it where it just strikes a chord. We all love the romantic adventure thing, and this is it to a T. How has the Gambler changed for better, for worse, since its inception? I wasn't there year 1, but year 2 there were, I think, 35, maybe 40 cars, and it was cool. It was much more. We were kind of like rebels, and we were out there, doing something nobody else was doing, and now it's become something that a lot of people do. But what's cool is, as it's grown, yes, the format has changed. It's a little bit different style of an event, but the heart of it is still the same. The spirit of it is still the same. And what's amazing, you know, somebody said this year we climbed up on top of one of the big pumice mountains, and we're staring out at this sea of crazy cars, and someone said to me, the turn was like, this is the coolest car show on the planet. And it's so true. Like, you know, where else are you gonna go and see, I mean, you know, I like to think that these are show cars myself, but where else are you gonna see some of the crazy stuff that people come up with, and the creativity is just mind-blowing. And the spirit of it has, if anything, it's multiplied. You know, the sense of adventure, but also there's a community to it. People look after each other. People look after our public lands. It's become this crazy phenomenon that's like a part of life now. We can get a lot of garbage in there. We've done some shooting pit cleanup. We haven't pulled anything like a boat out of the woods yet, but we definitely do our part when we're out there. How has the rally changed from year one to now? And one of the coolest additions to the rally, I think, is that this Minibike culture has exploded within the Gambler 500. The second day of the rally this year, we all took turns driving, riding the mini bike, swapping back and forth between each other's trucks and stuff, and that day was so much fun. I am in love with my Coleman CT200U. This thing is so much, it just doesn't get any more fun. One of the things that from the first day I ever got on one of these things, I noticed that you cannot ride this thing with a big smile on your face, and we've come to call it the Coleman smile. And it's anybody who's never ridden one, as soon as they get on and get going, they just light up and they're just having a ball. It's just cheap, goofy fun. Of course, if the small hauler is going to have a mini bike to go with it, the paint job has to match. So, you know, as soon as I got this thing, I sanded all the factory paint off of it and took to it with my rattle cans and my glitter paint. I can never have enough glitter. And it's just been such a welcome addition and so much fun. And I'm really looking forward to the other mini bike gambler events that we're going to do, but B, just bringing this along on any regular gambler events and running side by side. And if you break down, you got a way out of the woods, which, how can you beat it? All right, so one of the other things people always ask me about is like, what's the deal with the name, Small Holland, right? Obviously there's a joke since my last name is Cox, but beyond that, the original owner of this rig right here, we found the original paperwork when we first got this rig, paid extra in 1980. I think it was like 200 bucks he paid extra for some decals. There was a stripe on here, and right back here there was a really cheesy like 70s graphic looking decal that said Small Holland. And I knew I was going to repaint the truck, but I had to keep that, like the essence of how cheesy and goofy and fun this truck is. So with the new paint job came the fancy chrome Small Holland on the doors, and yeah, now it's become a thing. Now we're Team Small Holland. We're looking for a third small hauler. If you know one for sale, let me know.
Yes, the Gambler 500 is about crazy rigs, ridiculous costumes, adventure, and bringing dedicated misfits together. But it is also about validating your love for simple, cheap machines and giving them the chance to become legendary. Which really boils it down to what car culture should be about, your personal relationship with the car. Because when you're deep in the mountains or desert with just your vehicle, there's nobody around to impress.